Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex. So today I have the pleasure of reviewing Nora Roberts' standalone book for 2026 called The Final Target. Now, this book is, I really enjoyed this one. Like, this book is definitely going to be a reread. I've actually did reread it because I also got the audiobook version, and the audiobook version has like one of my favorite narrators of all time. It is Jangri Lavoie, and like she just, my God, I love her. Like her voice, she's great. And so it was just such a fun listening experience. So basically, what the book is about a girl named Arden Bowie, and actually not a girl, a woman named Arden Bowie. And what a horrible name, but that's what Nora wanted. And basically, she is a debut author, and she is just like super excited to like finally have her book published. She works at a bookstore. She's like very like she's like an introvert, but she's like she has like witchy eyes. She's really independent. She's gone through a lot of stuff. Her parents died in like a car crash at like 13. She moved with her aunt and uncle. They live in Baltimore and they raised her. Um, and she like loves her aunt and uncle and her two not nieces, cousins, excuse me. Yeah, cousins. And they're basically like sisters. Like they are very close. She really lucked out with having an incredible aunt and uncle and cousins. Um, but she, you know, like she has some trauma, like every Nora Roberts female characters, right? Like they're beginning to feel the same, right? They act the same, they have very similar mannerisms. But you know what? It's kind of like comforting. But anyways, so she's like a debut author. Okay. So this guy named Dustin shows up at her first book signing, and he's like very complimentary and he's like really excited. He says that he's like he's like an aspiring writer, right? Well, he shows up to her next event, and then the one after that he like stalks her. He like follows her to New York City. um he's really 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 creepy, and he just like will not stop like following her. Like it's creepy. So one night he shows up at her place and he assaults her. And luckily Arden's neighbors hear something going on and they call the police and they save her. Um, but obviously that was horrible. And he is locked away, and she is very startled and obviously traumatized. And um but like she finds some relief, and then Dustin's mom, they're very wealthy, helps secure him a 5-year sentence at a psych facility. And so she just decides to move. Like she moves to a tiny Oregon town where one of her cousins lives with her husband now, and she befriends a guy named Gideon. Like I don't know why she would name her like lead guy Gideon, whatever. But he is an ex LAPD detective, and they have a very slow burn romance. He's a good guy. I had like one little thing that I didn't love that he did, but whatever. I'll get to that. But um, yeah. So like, and like he has a grandfather, and he's adorable and like so sweet, and like like with I'm not Danielle Steele, with Nora Robert book, there's always like these really fun, sweet side characters who are like the town people, and she really kind of like blossoms in that small town. She's doing really well with Gideon, and it's like a sweet story. Um, Other than like the psycho who is in the psych facility, and he is like, I'm going to kill my mother when I get out. I'm going to get Arden. I'm going to get all these other women and like kill them. And like, I'm going to, um, I'm going to kill them. And, he's like on his best behavior in the psych facility. It's very, very scary. And so, like, he gets out and she has to like figure out what she's gonna do, and that's all I'm gonna say. I really liked Arden, even though, like I said, she was very um, similar to other characters. Like, but there was a female twist that had me cheering at the end. She stood out. That stood out to me, and I was like, yes, like Nora Roberts joined 2026, like yes. And while I actually really liked Gideon, he kept on calling Arden legs, and it was just like really weird to me to have such a feminist book and for her to be like such a strong kind of like feminist person to be like okay with that. Like if someone called me legs, I'd be like, no, like I don't know. I just think that's a little sexist. However, that was my only complaint about the book. And like that is a tiny thing. So I am going to be giving this book a 5 out of 5. And this video has gone on way too long. So I'm going to cut off here and hope that everyone reads this book and keep on reading. And yeah, have a great day.